Welcome to BODS Mayhem Hour, your source for all hard rock, heavy metal, new metal, alternative, punk, horror punk, hardcore, rock, and all local bands, with your host, John the Bod, a.k.a. the Bodfather.
This is Madame Mayhem, and you're listening to BODS Mayhem Hour.
The views and opinions of the guests do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of BODS Mayhem Radio Network, its staff, affiliates, or sponsors. Parental discretion is advised. Welcome to BODS Mayhem Radio Network.
Hey everybody, welcome to BODS Mayhem Hour. I'm your host, John the Bod, a.k.a. the Bodfather, and as always, I'm bringing you guys awesome interviews. And this evening, I have on the line with me Madame Mayhem. She has a new album that's coming out October the 16th. So you guys want to get out there and get this album. I tell you what, it's a powerhouse team of rock talent. Got a lot of great musicians on this album. We're going to be talking to her about this. So, Madam, glad to have you on the show.
Thanks for having me. Happy to be here.
Awesome. Well, let's get right into this. You were taking over Clear Channel's iHeartRadio new discovered and uncovered artist chart. Let's talk about that a little bit, and what's your thoughts on that?
It was really cool. You know, it was when I was starting out, and I just did a submission, you know, through online and trying to get contact info with people who I knew or whatever I could do, and I did a submission through, you know, one of the contacts I found online and was able to get that, which was really exciting. And I mean, it was just really cool to see it up there for the first time. Let's get to the album now. The new album's going to be out, released October the 16th, called Now You Know. Yep. Favorite tracks off this album, if any, or if you can pick any of them, what are they? Oh, that's so hard because we have only one really cool cover all the way at the end. But, I mean, I wrote all the songs with Billy Sheehan and Corey Lowry, and because each song really comes from a personal experience, it's really hard to pick my favorite. But I love them all, and I really love. I guess I would say Monsters is really near and dear to my heart, which is why it's the first single out, and it was a lot of fun to shoot the music video for as well. So definitely was a fan of that one. There's a ton of talent on here. Billy Sheehan produced this album, so how was working with him on this? Plus, he's on the album, too, with you. Yeah, it was an incredible experience, you know, just working in the studio with him, first writing and then having him produce it and playing. It was really cool. He's been a mentor of mine for a few years now before we even worked on this, and he's just a great person and an incredible musician and talent, so it was a learning experience as well as a creative process. So I'm very, very happy he was willing to help me. Plus, on this album, you had Ray Lazier, of course, from Korn and KXM. You've had Mr. Ron Bumblefoot Thal, formerly of Guns N' Roses. Plus, you had Rush Parrish, Satchel, of course, from Steel Panther, and Corey Lowry from Saint Asonia, plus Stuck Mojo. This is pretty cool, man. I mean, you've got all this talent on here. How was work with everybody, and plus, you know, what they wanted to do, and plus what you want to do? How did it work out? And let's talk about that a little bit. It was a crazy experience in a really good way. Billy and I started by writing together, and then the times when we had time off, I, through mutual contact, heard about Corey Lowry, listened to his stuff. I mean, I'd been a fan of him in the bands he'd been in before, and I just loved how he wrote, and I just went down to Atlanta to his studio, and we just wrote together. Hadn't even met him. Luckily, you know, he's a chill guy, so it worked out. But we wrote some really great stuff, and then brought it back to Billy. He loved it, and then we just started calling people who we thought would fit with the songs that we wanted to, you know, portray and the songs that we wrote. And it was really cool because Ray Lazier, I mean, drumming on the record, it's really cool. Yeah. Definitely an awesome thing to be able to say. And same with Bumblefoot and Russ Parrish. I mean, they're incredible talents. So watching them and hearing them play songs that I wrote were incredible. I still can't get over it. I'm really anxious to hear this full album. I got to listen to a little bit of Monster, and it's really good, actually. Thank you. What do you hope the fans take away from this new album from you? Well, I hope everyone loves the music just as much as I do, and I hope that someone can find a song on the record that they can relate to. I mean, all of this, I feel like the whole process of writing this one really a learning experience for me, and I got to really tell the truth in a lot of things that have happened in my life. And I can't be the only one who's frustrated with things, and I can't be the only one who's gone through, stuff like that. So I'm hoping fans can listen and really have that song that they can relate to and can help them through anything, and also be able to rock out to it. I mean, it's a hard rock album, and it's fun, and and I'm really proud of it, so I hope everyone likes it.
That's what it should be, man. You shouldn't be scared to put anything out there. I mean, it's your music. You have to stand by it.
Absolutely.
What does Madame Mayhem bring to the table for music?
That's a good question. I like that. It's definitely, music hasn't seen anything like me yet, so I definitely bring a new twist on rock, and really, for me, it's all about the music and about the vocals, and I'm a trained vocalist and a metalhead, and being able to bring all those things together really makes the musicality, I feel, something unique.
Something that's not been out there just as of yet.
Yep, absolutely. That's my goal. I don't like to sound like anybody else. I want to sound like me.
For those who have not got to see you at a show perform live, what can they expect?
A lot of fun, a lot of jumping around, and a lot of good music. I take my the live performances are where I love to shine. I mean, I love writing and I love creating and recording, but the stage is my home. So that's where you have the most fun, and you get the most. I'm kind of out there, so you definitely want to see it, and it definitely sounds. I make sure it sounds just as incredible live as it does on the record, because I'm a stickler for that with everything else. Whenever you go out to a show, you want to be able to, hear your favorite song and be like, yes, that was it. Not, oh, that was kind of it. And I know with a lot of people, doesn't always happen like that. So you'll definitely get what you pay for. And I definitely do some surprising things on stage as well. So it's an interesting thing. You have to see it to really get it.
What was it for you that made you want to become a musician? What was that spark?
I've been doing this my whole life, singing and dancing and even acting. I was doing it since I was, I would say maybe even before 2, and I've been singing ever since, and writing and creating, and there's nothing else in the world that I would ever want to do. Being a performer, and especially in the genre that I'm in, is what I had always dreamed of doing my entire life. There's no fallback plan. This is it. So just from when I was born, I don't know, there was just a spark, and I can't remember a time where this wasn't, my number one priority and what I wanted to do with my life.
Since it's the digital age with social media and other outlets, do you think it's going to help you personally to get your music out there more these days? Or do you think it actually hurts musicians to a point?
I think it's a little bit of both, to be honest. I mean, I definitely use all the social medias. I'm on them all the time. It's always me, which I think is important for an artist, especially, up and coming ones, like working on their own and really trying to get there. But I think it's good in the sense of, people can discover you. You can release what you want out. People will get to know you on a level. But then it's also not good in the sense of, I feel like it sometimes overshadows what the music actually is. There could be an amazing song, and then people are just like, well, how many likes does it have? Or, how many followers? And it's like, well, what about the music? Like, people could be obsessed with someone because of something on the social media and not even know what it stands for, not even know the talent or whatever it is behind it. Mm-hmm. So it's definitely a double-edged sword. I love social media because I get to connect with my fans, and I get to connect with people that, feel what I feel and are in this, with me. I feel as if. So I love it, but then it, can also turn around and bite you in the butt. So you never know.
Yeah, and it's like I've told people before, it really doesn't matter how many likes you got. It's how many people that are coming to the show and actually buying your merchandise and things like that. That, to me, that's more important.
I agree. It's how many, if for me, if just one person loves my stuff, I know I did my job right. As long as I am comfortable and I love what I'm doing, that's what's most important. But it does give you a sense of family when everyone else, digs it too, of course. You definitely want people to like it, but not to the point of, it doesn't matter how many clicks you're getting. It matters how many people you're touching.
Exactly. My last question for you here, what's it mean to you when you receive an email from a fan or prior to your shows or after your shows? They come up and tell you that, hey, this song helped me through a tough time, or this song actually gave me inspiration to overcome obstacles. For you, what does that mean?
It means everything for me, honestly, because there's so much music that's helped me through things like that, and even my own, like writing some of this stuff really helped me through a lot of things too. And if, whether it's, a fan reaching out on social media or coming up to me before or after a show, I mean, I get just as excited, I feel like maybe even more so than they are, in person. Yeah. Someone comes up, like, hey, like, love this song, it really meant a lot, and then I get all excited. I'm like, hey, let's take a picture, like, yeah, we're in this together, and it's really, really a great sense, everyone's in the mayhem together, so I love it. It's one of my favorite things.
Madame Mayhem has a new album coming out October the 16th, ladies and gentlemen. And now you want to pick it up. Go give this a listen. Give her support, as much support as you can, actually. And I know I'll be playing some tracks once this comes out here on BODS Mayhem Hour. So how can people stay in touch with you, buy your merchandise? How can they do that?
Well, you can check out my website, which is MadameMayhem.com, and that's Madam with an E at the end, because sometimes people mix that up, so I'm throwing that out there. And then also hit me up on my socials. Like my Facebook page, send me a message. That's Facebook.com, Madame Mayhem, Twitter, Mayhem Official, Instagram, Madame Mayhem, and don't forget to check out the Monster music video, and give me your thoughts. I hope everyone digs it. It's really cool. You get to see me in a straitjacket, and that's on my YouTube page, Madame Mayhem Official.
Before I let you go, will you care to do a promo for the show?
Of course, you got it. This is Madame Mayhem, and you're listening to BODS Mayhem Hour.
Everybody stick around, and you only hear these interviews right here on BODS Mayhem Hour. And keep rocking out, everybody. Thanks, Madame Mayhem.
Thank you.
You're listening to BODS Mayhem Hour.
Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.